Thank you for joining me. This is Kati Whitledge with a Beyond the Technique podcast. Look, retention is king, but where does it start? That's going to be what we dive into in our short time today. I'm going to do my best to make this a short episode. Our Thursdays together should be quick and dirty, inspirational, informational, and always valuable to you as owners and leaders in this awesome industry. So, let's just drop some facts on this. Okay, let's look to the data. Uh, Number one, retention is not just getting the new client in the door, but getting them to come back and do business with you over and over again. And when you acquire new clients, that can cost 5 to 25 times more than if you keep an existing client. In other words, you have to continuously spend money to get new clients in the door. Once you have them in a door, if you can retain them, you are going to make more money for a variety of reasons that we're going to get into. Improving your retention rate by just 5%. So you need to go into your point of sale. You need to run what is our whole entire business retention rate overall. And to me, retention means that guests are coming at least 2 times per year. You're going to have some skewed information if maybe your salon does bridal and you got to kind of siphon out some of those nuances. But looking at your retention rate overall, if you can increase that percentage by 5%, you can boost your profitability between 25 to 95%. How do we quantify this? Well, if you're doing $1.5 million of revenue, 25% increase to that profit would put you at just under 2 million. It's like 1.8 million. So that's huge. If you're doing 500,000, it puts you at around $625,000 instead. So this is how important retention is when you quantify it and what that can do for your revenue and your profitability. Repeat clients spend more. They spend on average 67% more than first time visitors. Why is that? Well, from a psychological perspective, they've already bought into you. They're already trusting you and you don't have to earn it from them. They believe it, they're buying it, and they are going to be more likely to try new services that you suggest and make referrals, buy the products, buy the package, buy the series. It's all the things. Now, you have to take into consideration that you do need to still work to get new clients in the door because you have a natural attrition rate of 30%. That means every year, for natural reasons, clients are going to move on, or they literally move out of your area, or whatever it is. That is to be expected. So you not only have to get new clients in the door to replace the ones that you're going to lose naturally every year, but if you have any growth expectations for your team, you want to go from 5 stylists to 10 to 20, right? You have to build their clientele. You have to help them. And therefore you need a lot more clients in the door. But once they get in the door, you got to keep them. Our average new client retention rate is just 32%. This is terrible. That is very, very painful. And this is one of the number one things that Maya does. Maya is a marketing software that helps you get and keep better clients. Why do I say better? Because we are identifying the clients' pain points. We're learning all of the data points on them, what they love about themselves, what they care about, their ideals, values, lifestyle. We get to see photos of them before their first visit. We're finding all this data out. That helps you curate an incredible experience. You're empowered and equipped to knock it out of the park. And therefore, we're predicting that first visit is going to be amazing. And you're going to actually keep that guest coming over and over again. Now, we have salon owners, specifically like Salt Lake City area, Autolus Salon, and Marie Cranage, amazing owner, top 200 salon in North America. Her new client increased by over 65% because of Maya. So it's data, it's not me being proud of the thing that I work on and work with. Maya is the company I founded. Yes, but I can shout it from the rooftops because it's giving the results it should. You have to be able to keep the clients coming back over and over again, or you don't have truly a sustainable business model. So rules of thumb is the second visit becomes what we kind of call this loyalty tipping point. If we can get them to that second visit, they are now considered like I'm on a little bit of a rhythm. There's more trust there. So, number one behavior for the provider to focus on, this is the one thing you do have control over, is to rebook that guest for future visits. That future reservation is imperative. Where does that start? That starts in the consultation conversation, because you're guiding them on not just what you're going to work towards today at today's visit, but where you're going to be headed in the future visits that they're going to have with you. And that should really be the mindset of every provider when they're working with guests. And by the way, guests appreciate that. If you do that, you're going to be part of the top 5% or less that actually do that. And you're going to build a very big clientele of loyal clients. And isn't it easier to work with the same 150 clients than it would be to work with 300 to 400 clients a year, because you're constantly needing and seeing new people because you haven't retained the people that you've already met and have seen. So if you can hone in on this skill, which is the consultation from a sales perspective of leading them to ongoing business with you, you will be wildly successful, and you can do more with your future because you can predict the kind of future you're going to have. So on average, salons overall are retaining around 50% of their clientele. That's between new and retained clients. So the bottom line is it's equal parts that you have to work to get new clients in the door. But one of the number one missions for your salon should be to keep those clients. And you got to, how do you keep them? You get in front of them on a regular basis. So in addition to having great consultations, you want to nurture market to clients, meaning you got to touch base with them. You don't want to be out of sight and out of mind, because I promise you, with all of the distractions and shiny pennies that they're seeing in their life on a regular basis, whether it be in person when they see a friend with gorgeous hair, and now I'm interested in where you go. What do you use on your hair? What's the shampoo? What's this and that, right? That is an allure to clients. They're always going to have that. That is always going to be a threat. So you have to stay top of mind and be in front of them and offer them value when they're not in. And that is typically done through social media marketing. It's done through email marketing, which is alive and well. And it's done through text messages and direct messages. So do not let go of that behavior, because that helps fuel your retention. So new clients, definitely, they're there to help fuel the growth goals that you have, but repeat clients, think of this, help fuel profitability. So why is it a struggle to retain clients? The two reasons that clients don't come back a second time: they feel total misalignment with their provider, meaning we didn't click. We did not click. We did not connect. Like, oh, I cannot, you're not my person. This is another way that Maya eliminates that issue, because we're matching consumers with the right providers at your business based on these factors. It's like eHarmony. It's like Match.com. I would say it's like Tinder, but you know what? Your website's more like Tinder. When I go to your website and look at your page of all the artists on your team, I'm swiping right per se. So I'm basing it off looks. You might have a few things about you. Well, that's the same as Tinder. And that didn't work out so well. If you look at the data, people did not get into lasting relationships on Tinder as compared to other platforms for matchmaking. So this is no different. We need to really get to the substance of who people are, to the heart of what matters most to them, and match them up with the providers that do the kind of work that this consumer is looking for, and vice versa. Really, it's empowering the stylist, the spa provider, the esthetician, the injector, the massage therapist, the nail technician, all of you. It's empowering you to say, who do I do my best work with? If somebody's sitting in my chair, who do I get along most with? You pre-decide, and then we match it based on who you're looking for. So it's a win across the board. We also fail in the follow-up. So what are we doing to retain clients right after they come to visit? Are we sending out follow-ups of any kind? If it's their first visit, do you have a survey going out to see how their visit went? And asking maybe just even on one, you could ask one question on a scale 1 to 10, 10 being, we knocked it out of the park, you had the best experience in a salon or spa that you've ever had. Where do we rank? And that could literally be your one question. and they might say an 8. Awesome. What could have made it a 10? And then you're just getting feedback, having an ongoing feedback loop. So also prompting for Google reviews. There's protections in place with a lot of the point of sales where they'll go and ask the client to give a review first. And if it's a 5-star, they'll push it through for you to Google to build up your Google presence, which is great for your SEO. Okay. But just literally asking for reviews, for example, one of the campaigns we run, if let's say you're close to getting 100 reviews for one of your salon locations. Let's say you're at 89 and you want to get to 100, you can put out a campaign. We're giving away $100 gift card to the 100th person that leaves us a positive Google review. And you can say, well, if you believe we deserve 5 stars, you have a chance to win $100 because we're giving away a $100 gift card to the 100th positive review we get on Google. And then having those automations in place for missing clients. If they haven't been in a certain amount of time, you want to get in front of them. Now, what's cool about some of the point of sales in our industry is they will actually prompt hey, we miss you based on the cadence of that person. So we're not going to tell somebody who has very high texture curly hair every 3 weeks, we miss you. Why aren't you in for your haircut? That doesn't make sense. But we would do that maybe for a barber haircut. Do you see the difference? So some of these technologies are so sophisticated that they know the rhythms of the type of client and the services they're getting, that they push out that miss you notification based on that person's behavior. It's so cool. So please take those and activate them. So really to prime and condition clients to have an amazing first visit, that is where Maya comes in. If you haven't checked it out, go to our show notes, get a demo. I won't be the one to do it. So you'll be meeting with different people who have totally different experiences. Follow Maya on Instagram. We have it in our show notes too. And just start seeing what we're all about, how we help salons. I mean, thousands of providers we've matched to consumers. So we are here to help you. You want a way to empower your team to be successful in their relationships with clients and give them every opportunity to they themselves have direct contact. No, a lot of point of sales allow this. So let's say you're like, hey, go into your own database of clients that you've seen in the last 6 months and those you haven't seen and probably should be in, and message them through our Salon software app. You can do that in many cases. So it feels personal. It feels like it's like, hey, it's Katie here. I've been thinking about you. I miss you. I noticed that our appointment, you had to reschedule, or I'm not seeing it reschedule, whatever it may be. Because first step is to rebook them. The second step is if for some reason something happened with their appointment, check in. By the way, what's the worst case scenario? They say, I didn't really like it and I'm not coming back. Tell yourself that is okay. And it's not a reflection of who you are and the value you bring. This is not your worth. You're going to have people that aren't your people. That's okay. Let it go. That's like the thing that's this barrier that keeps us from reaching out because we're scared. We have fear about rejection. Let it go and just get the no. Cause push till you get the no. They're either going to subscribe to you and be in, or they're going to unsubscribe and not be in. It's that simple. Or they'll ghost you and their version of an unsubscribe. Okay. So just put yourself out there, and owners allow access or a way for them to be direct. The best campaigns we've ever done in growing our Google reviews are the ones that are sent directly from the provider themselves to the guests that they've seen, because the guests have this sense of loyalty of like, oh, I want to do this for you. If it's a blanketed thing sent from the business, they can ignore that without feeling like they were put on the spot and it was directly to them, because they're like, oh, this is sent to everybody. I don't have to do this right now. But if you as a provider are sending it to your client, then they're like, well, I really like her. And yes, I'm going to just take a minute and I'm going to write this positive review for her. You'll get bigger results if you can make it more personalized. Something really, really simple that I always recommend, this is a retention just habit, is sending out a weekly email sharing what openings you have. So every single Monday, we say, here's what we have across all locations for times and providers that are available. And wow, does that work? So many people who haven't gone to book are finally like, yes, this week I forgot. I took Thursday off from work. I'm flexible. My kid's going to be at this event. So I'm actually around. Like, I'm going to book that. Perfect. You're going to have those scenarios where you just want to get in front of people in those instantaneous openings that they have for their life, where they're going to grab one of your openings too. And by the way, that's the number one mission. Every single day you're open, it's about filling the gaps. We want to sell the seats. You think about airlines, their one mission, sell out the seats. And this is what we want to do in our salon. So every day, that's our number one focus. And by the way, we keep it simple. We have 3 things we focus on every day. Sell the seats. So we fill the seats, number 1. Number 2, we deliver great outcomes. Okay, well, let me go back. You sell the seats. Okay, you fill the seats. How do you know you're successful? You look at your utilization report. You pull it up in your point of sale. We want to be 80% or greater at every location every day. So number 1, fill the seats. You know it's successful based on your utilization percentage. Number 2 is deliver great outcomes. How do you know if you have a great outcome? How do you define success for that? Because the guest is going and leaving a positive review. Boom. Maybe they participate in a social media post. They're so fired up. You could say that's a measurable way to say it was successful. So define success for each of these. And number 3 is keep the culture. We have standards at our salon about how we want to live out what it means to be a part of this team. And we want to hold everybody accountable. How do you define that at your salon? What are the KPIs related to that? Is it engagement? Is it feedback? Is it positive, check-ins? So those are the top 3 initiatives. Every single day, we keep it simple, and then we work on fun things outside of that. But that is the meat and potatoes of the daily intention for running the business. So number 1, we got to get them in the door. Once we have them in the door, have we made that connection correct? Is the alignment there? Are there missed expectations for any reason because that consultation wasn't solid? Have we gotten them excited about their future? Have they pre-booked to come back again? And have we done any touch points after that first visit to stay engaged and top of mind with them? If you do these things, friends, I promise you that you will see a really big increase in your retention this year. Retention is king, and you are going to make more money in your business this year if you are going to focus on retaining more clients. They are the ones that are going to be the easiest to buy into new services, add-ons, the luxurious next level up than where they started. Like, they're the ones that are going to give you great referrals, buy your products because they're already sold and they believe in you, and you want to continue to nurture that relationship really well. So I hope you found a lot of value in today's conversation. I try to make it as quick as possible. Retention is king. And now we know what we need to do, where it starts, and how to be successful with that. So until next time, everybody, have an awesome day and stay strong.
Did you know over 60% of first-time clients do not return for a second visit? That is so painful, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's where Maya comes in. Maya is the ultimate marketing software for the beauty and wellness industry. We have a proprietary funnel utilizing special algorithms to help connect the right consumers with the right providers at your business. This means that Maya helps you get higher spending clients you love to work with who stay the long haul. If you want to increase your revenue, increase your client count, increase your average ticket, and increase your new client retention, then you need Maya. Go to joinmaya.com to set up your own personal virtual tour and see why over 500,000 consumers have trusted Maya and the businesses we work with to find their perfect beauty and wellness pro. We promise you will love Maya.